I speak to you now with the authority given to me by the Most High. For I am Michael, protector of light, defender of truth, and guardian of those who walk in faith. I am closer to you than you realize. Even when your mind is heavy with burdens, even when the world feels like it presses against your chest and steals your breath, I am present. I am not an idea or a faraway figure painted in stories. I am a reality. I walk beside you, unseen but unshakable, guiding your steps through the valleys and lifting you when your spirit feels too weak to move forward. You have wondered, am I really protected? Am I truly seen? Yes, you are. Every tear you have cried has been noted in the records of heaven. Every sleepless night, every quiet prayer whispered from your heart, every sigh when words could not form, has reached the throne of God. Do not believe the lie that you are forgotten. You are never forgotten. The Creator's hand is upon you, and I, Michael, have been sent many times into the course of your life, intervening in ways you did not notice, shifting outcomes that you thought were coincidence, and shielding you from dangers you never even saw. If you believe in God, comment 777 below. Look back for a moment. Remember the day you thought you would not survive? The day the weight of anxiety or sorrow felt unbearable. Yet somehow you made it through. That was not by your strength alone. That was my presence, covering you like a shield. I fought in the unseen realm for your breakthrough, cutting through the darkness that sought to drown you. Many times, when you thought luck had saved you, it was not luck. It was heaven's hand. It was divine protection. It was my sword cutting through the enemy's schemes. I do not speak to glorify myself, for all glory belongs to the one who created me. I speak to remind you that you are not living this journey unguarded. Even in the chaos of this world, wars, brokenness, betrayals, financial struggles, sicknesses, rejections, you are surrounded by a heavenly defense. The world may not announce this truth, but the reality is that you are part of a greater kingdom, and that kingdom is not shaken by economic decline, natural disasters, or the hatred of men. That kingdom stands eternal. You are claimed by that kingdom, and your life carries a value far greater than what the world estimates. Do not believe the voice of fear that says your future will collapse. Fear is a lie. Many of you live every day checking the balance of your bank account, worrying if you will survive another month, another week. Many of you carry the secret weight of rejection. Friends who turned their back, family who misunderstood you, employers who undervalued you. Some of you wake up with heaviness, feeling as though your dreams have been delayed too long. But I say to you, what seems delayed is not denied. There is a timing woven by heaven that does not bend to the impatience of men. What you think has been lost forever is being restored in ways you cannot yet see. I want you to see life through heaven's eyes. When you look at your failures, you see shame. When heaven looks, it sees lessons, redirections, and opportunities for growth. When you see closed doors, you call it rejection. When heaven closes doors, it is often protection. How many times have you prayed for something that never came to pass, only to look back later and realize if it had happened, it would have destroyed you? There are things you think you want that are not aligned with the greatness inside you. My role is to keep you from walking into traps disguised as blessings. There are battles raging in your home, in your workplace, in your mind. Many of you fight private wars that no one else knows about. You smile, but inside you feel empty. You encourage others, but when you are alone, you feel like collapsing. This is why I am speaking so clearly now. Because you are not meant to collapse. You are meant to rise. You are not meant to live half alive, drowning in exhaustion. You are meant to carry the light of the one who made you. And even in your weakness, that light is still inside you. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. Some of you doubt your worth. You think because of mistakes you made in the past that you are disqualified from joy, success, or love. That is not true. Heaven does not cancel your destiny because of errors. What heaven does is extend mercy again and again until you walk back into alignment. I have seen the darkest sins of humanity, and yet I have also seen the unimaginable mercy of God. There is nothing you have done that makes you unworthy of restoration. Your life is not a wasted story. It is being rewritten even now. I know what weighs on your heart. The relationships that feel broken beyond repair. The job that drains your strength yet does not provide what you need. The constant pressure to appear strong while feeling fragile inside. I know you feel like screaming into the night, asking, why me? Why does it have to be this hard? Let me answer. It is not because you are weak or cursed. It is because you are chosen. The greater the calling on your life, the greater the resistance you face. Resistance does not mean failure. It means your destiny carries weight. And my role is to ensure that you endure, not by your own might, but by the strength that heaven provides. In real life, you will face bills. You will face sickness. You will face misunderstandings with people you love. You will face moments when your car breaks down, when opportunities slip through your hands, when your plans fall apart. These things make you think you are abandoned. But even in those ordinary, frustrating daily struggles, I am active. Sometimes the greatest miracles are hidden in the smallest moments. The stranger who showed kindness when you needed it. The phone call that lifted your spirits. The delay that saved you from disaster on the road. These are not random events. These are divine alignments, and I am sent to orchestrate them on your behalf. You wonder about the future. Will you ever walk in abundance? Will you ever experience deep peace? Will you ever find love that stays? I tell you now, yes, you will. Do not measure your entire life by your current season. What you see now is not the final chapter. The seed planted in the ground does not look like the tree it is destined to become. Right now, you feel like the seed, buried, hidden, pressed under the weight of soil. But the growth is happening beneath the surface, where you cannot see. Soon, you will break through the ground. Soon, what has been invisible will become visible. I need you to trust, even when you do not understand. Trust when the job says no. Trust when the report says impossible. Trust when the waiting feels endless. Trust when others doubt you. Trust not because it is easy, but because heaven's promises are unshakable. Do you think I would speak these words to you if your life was meant to end in defeat? No, I speak because victory has already been written over you. The only way to lose is to surrender to despair. If you keep walking, even slowly, you will reach the place designed for you. There are hidden treasures within you, gifts you have not yet used, talents buried under fear, strength you have not yet tapped into. Life has tried to convince you that you are ordinary, but you are not ordinary. You are chosen to influence, chosen to carry light into dark places, chosen to break cycles in your family, chosen to rise above patterns that trapped others before you. That is why the battle has been fierce. The enemy fears your potential more than your present. But I am here, standing guard, ensuring that your potential is not stolen. Comment Amen if you receive His peace in the middle of chaos. You do not need to live afraid. Walk boldly, knowing that when you step into a room, you do not walk alone. When you sign a contract, when you go to an interview, when you confront challenges, I walk with you. You may not see the sword I carry, but every spirit of fear, every scheme of destruction, recognizes my presence. Where I stand, darkness must retreat. Where I go, chains must break. I am not distant, I am involved. And I tell you with certainty, this is not the end of your story. The days ahead will not only carry challenges, they will carry miracles. Unexpected provision will come. Opportunities will open. Relationships will be healed. Strength will return to your body. Joy will replace heaviness. You will laugh again, and it will not be fake. It will be real, deep, soul-filling laughter. Do not doubt this. It is written, it is promised, and I am here to make sure it comes to pass. I see your heart carrying both light and heaviness at the same time. You long for peace, you long for answers, and you long for a breakthrough that feels overdue. And I tell you now, child of the Most High, the heavens are not blind to your waiting. Every prayer you have whispered, every tear you have hidden, every silent thought you thought no one heard, those are gathered like precious jewels before the throne of God. I have carried them myself, bringing them into the presence of the one who hears and responds. Do not think your prayers vanish into the air. They are alive, full of power, and they call forth the hand of heaven at the appointed moment. You've often wondered why delays seem so long, why doors that should open remain closed, Why people you trusted sometimes let you down. Listen to me. Delays are not denials. What seems like silence is often the greatest preparation. Just as a farmer must wait for the soil to break open after planting, so too must you wait for the seeds of your prayers to bloom. You cannot dig them up every day to check if they are growing. You must trust that what is buried will rise, and what is watered by your faith will bear fruit. The enemies of your soul would want you to believe that God has forgotten you. That is a lie. I break that lie over your life this very moment. The truth is this: God is working in silence more powerfully than you imagine. Every hidden preparation is shaping you to carry the blessing that is on its way. If it came too soon, you would not be ready to hold it. But when the time is right, nothing will be able to stop it. That is why I urge you now, remain steadfast, because you are closer than you realize. I know the battles you face are not only outside you, but also within you. The inner voice of doubt, the exhaustion of carrying burdens too heavy, the feeling of standing alone. These are as real as the battles against people or circumstances. I remind you today, you are never alone. I am by your side. My presence surrounds you even in your room at night, when you think no one cares. When you feel too weak to pray, I fight for you. When you don't know which direction to turn, I stand guard so that your path does not collapse under you. You are defended more than you know. Many of you are going through storms in your families, struggles in your finances, or confusion in your purpose. I tell you this with authority. Every storm has an end. The winds may roar, the waves may rise, but no storm lasts forever. The Son of God's promise will break through. You must choose to believe not what your eyes see, but what your spirit knows. Look beyond the present trouble and see the victory already written in heaven. It has your name on it. It has already been secured. Do not underestimate small beginnings. A small opportunity, a small connection, even a small shift in your mindset can become the doorway to your breakthrough. Too often, people wait for something grand while ignoring the seed God has already placed in their hands. What is in your hand now may look small, but when blessed by heaven, it multiplies. Trust the process. Trust that the God who multiplied loaves and fishes is still able to multiply your resources, your strength, and your favor today. I have seen him do it countless times, and I am here to remind you, he will do it again. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. There's a battle around you, but there's also a victory marked for you. I see how many of you feel weary from fighting the same struggles day after day. You wake up determined, but by evening you feel drained, as if you are losing ground. This is why I speak directly to you now. You are not losing. You are being strengthened in ways that cannot be measured by feelings. Just as muscles are built through resistance, your spirit is being fortified through these challenges. You are not breaking, you are being forged. And soon you will see the difference in your own reflection. Stronger, wiser, more unshakable than before. Do not compare your path with others. Each destiny has its timing. You may see others advancing while you feel stuck, but you do not know what struggles they carry in silence. What looks like speed in their lives may not carry the depth God is building in yours. Be faithful where you are. Celebrate others, but stay rooted in your own calling. Your story is uniquely crafted, and it will unfold in a way that glorifies God fully. Trust the author. He makes no mistakes in his writing. Some of you are holding on to anger, betrayal, or wounds from those who wronged you. Hear me. Forgiveness is not about letting them go unpunished. It is about setting yourself free. Carrying bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting the other to suffer. Release them into the hands of God, for he is the judge who sees all. Your healing is tied to your forgiveness. Do not let the shadows of yesterday steal the light of tomorrow. Choose freedom today. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength. And as you release, your heart will find peace. In your daily struggles, remember this truth. The supernatural is closer than you think. Miracles are not far-off fantasies. They are moments when heaven intersects your reality. The breath you take is already a miracle. The fact that you are still here, despite what you faced, is evidence of divine protection. Expect more. Expect healing where the doctors see no solution. Expect provision where there is lack. Expect open doors where walls once stood. Your faith creates the atmosphere where miracles manifest. Do not stop expecting, even when reality looks harsh. Comment, Amen, if you receive His peace in the middle of chaos. I stand here, not as a distant figure, but as your defender. When I guard you, no weapon formed against you can prosper. When I fight for you, no darkness can prevail. And I declare this over your life. The coming days will reveal testimonies that will silence your doubts. You will look back and see that even the hardest battles were preparing you for victories that will inspire others. Nothing is wasted. Not your pain, not your tears, not your waiting. All of it is woven into the tapestry of your destiny. And so I say again, rise in courage. Lift your head. Strengthen your heart. This season is not your ending. It is your preparation. The night may feel long, but morning is closer than you think. The dawn of breakthrough is already moving toward you. Keep your faith alive, for it is the key that unlocks the doors of heaven. I stand with you. I fight for you, and I will not leave you until you see the fulfillment of what God has spoken. You are more than a survivor. You are a victor chosen by heaven. I am still with you, closer than the very breath that enters your lungs. Do not let the weight of yesterday or the fears of tomorrow press you down. For I tell you, heaven has already gone ahead of you to prepare your path. You must understand this. Nothing in your life is accidental. Nothing in your story is wasted, and nothing you are walking through is beyond the reach of divine intervention. Every detail has been seen, every tear has been counted, and every prayer has been carried into the heart of God. You may think you've been overlooked, but I assure you, you are engraved in the palm of His hand, and I, Michael, have been sent to remind you that you are chosen, guarded, and loved without measure. When the storm grows louder and when confusion blinds you, I want you to remember this moment. You are not abandoned. The voices that whisper that you are alone are lies, designed to rob you of your courage. But I, a warrior of heaven, declare to you that God Himself surrounds you with armies of light. Every shadow you face trembles at His command. You may not always see it, but the unseen is more real than the visible, and in that unseen realm your victory is already unfolding. Child of light, the reason you've been attacked so fiercely is because the call upon your life is greater than you realize. Darkness does not waste its effort on empty vessels. It fights against those who carry the fire of God within them. The heaviness you feel, the cycles of fear, the unexpected setbacks, they are not proof that you are failing, but evidence that you are carrying destiny. I say to you, do not surrender to despair, for even your broken pieces are being arranged into something radiant. The trial you are now is the soil from which your testimony will grow. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. I see you questioning, but when will it end? When will relief come? Hear me. Relief will not only come, but restoration beyond what you lost will follow. What was stolen will return multiplied. The doors that were closed will give way to gates of abundance. The relationships that fracture will be healed or replaced with those stronger and purer. The emptiness in your spirit will be filled with overflowing joy. Yet you must not grow weary in the waiting, for waiting is not wasted. It is where roots deepen, where faith strengthens, and where heaven aligns the right time for miracles. Think of the farmer who sows a seed. Does the seed bloom overnight? No, it disappears beneath the soil, unseen and quiet. Days pass, sometimes weeks. Rain falls, storms come, and still the seed remains hidden. But within that hiddenness, a miracle is forming, roots are spreading, and life is pushing toward the light. That is your life right now. Do not mistake the silence of God for the absence of God. Even in silence, He is at work. I have been commanded to shield you in these very hours of hiddenness. That is why you have not been destroyed, though you feared you might be. That is why you have not lost your mind, though the pressure was overwhelming. That is why you have survived nights of anxiety and mornings of exhaustion. Because even when you did not know it, I and my fellow angels stood watch, holding back forces that would have broken you. If you could see the battles fought on your behalf, you would never again doubt your worth. Now listen carefully. for this is important. The breakthrough you long for will not only bless you, but will bless those connected to you. Your obedience, your perseverance, your faith, even if it feels small, are weaving together a ripple that will extend to your family, your children, your friends, and even strangers. What you overcome now will free others later. Your pain is not meaningless. It is planting freedom in places you do not yet see. Do not believe that your prayers vanish unanswered. I tell you, each prayer is like a seed planted in eternity. Some blossom quickly, others take time, but none are forgotten. You ask for strength, and strength is being given. You ask for guidance, and guidance is already in motion. You ask for provision, and heaven has already released resources, though they may arrive in unexpected ways. Prepare your heart to receive in forms you did not imagine. God is not bound to your methods. He is infinite in creativity. What you thought was the end of the road is about to become a divine detour that leads to blessings greater than your original request. You wonder why certain people left your life. I tell you, it was not rejection but protection. Some were removed because their presence would have corrupted your purpose. Some could not walk where you are going, and their departure, though painful, was necessary for your elevation. Trust the pruning, for it is always followed by greater growth. When a branch is cut back, the vine produces even more fruit. So it shall be with you. Comment 777 if you believe in His divine favor. Lift your eyes and notice how far you have already come. You are not the same person you were last year, last month, or even last week. Each step you took in faith, even trembling faith, has built resilience inside of you. What once crushed you now only bends you. What once terrified you now only challenges you. That is evidence of transformation, and it is the mark of God's hand upon your journey. I will not deny that you still face opposition, but you must know this. Opposition is confirmation of progress. If you were not advancing, there would be no resistance. So when you feel the pushback, rejoice, because it means you are moving forward. Heaven has not called you to retreat, but to rise, and I am here to ensure you reach the heights ordained for you. Now I speak to the heaviness of your heart, the memories that still ache, the regrets that haunt you, the guilt that whispers in your mind. Release them. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by the love of the one who redeemed you. The moment you asked for forgiveness, it was granted. Do not chain yourself to what heaven has already erased. Step into freedom, because the chains that bound you are already broken. I also speak to your future, the unknown that frightens you. Do not live in fear of what might come. Fear builds prisons out of illusions, keeping you locked in places that do not exist. Walk forward with courage, knowing that the same God who carried you yesterday will carry you tomorrow. Provision will meet you on the road ahead. Protection will surround you at every turn. Wisdom will whisper to you when choices arise. You are not stepping into darkness. You are stepping into destiny. Take a moment now, breathe deeply, and realize this truth. You are not ordinary. You were not placed on this earth to merely survive. You were created to reflect the glory of God in ways unique to you. Your gifts, your personality, your story, they are not accidents. They are weapons of light, tools for healing, vessels of encouragement to those who need hope. Do not minimize yourself any longer. The enemy fears your awakening, because once you recognize your worth, you will walk with unshakable authority. I charge you to rise each day with expectation, not dread. Speak life over yourself, for your words carry power. Declare victory even when you feel defeated. Proclaim abundance even when your hands feel empty. Announce peace even when chaos surrounds you. Your words create atmospheres, and atmospheres shape outcomes. Heaven responds to the voice of faith, even when whispered through trembling lips. I also remind you, watch for the signs. You have asked God to speak, and He is answering in ways you may not expect. Pay attention to the small confirmations, the sudden encouragement from a stranger, the scripture that appears at the right time, the opportunity that arrives when you least anticipate it. These are not coincidences. They are fingerprints of God along your path. Learn to recognize them, for they are evidence that you are guided and not forgotten. The season ahead is not one of despair, but of awakening. You will rise stronger. You will see provision. you will walk in new authority. What seemed like endless struggle will shift into breakthrough. And through it all, you will know that God was with you, and I, Michael, never left your side. I tell you again, do not give up. The victory is closer than it feels. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. Beloved one, as I draw near to you now, know that nothing in your life has been unseen by heaven. Every prayer you whispered in the quiet, every tear that fell when no one noticed, and every silent battle you endured has reached the throne of God. I am here as a messenger of His mercy and strength, and I will not leave you until you step into freedom and victory that has been written over your destiny. You have walked through seasons where you felt as though your prayers were unanswered, where your faith seemed small, and where the weight of your responsibilities pressed down on your spirit. But I tell you this, heaven has never turned away from you. The timing of God is not delay, but perfection. What seemed like silence was preparation. What felt like rejection was redirection. And what appeared as loss was making room for a greater portion of blessing that you could not yet see. I speak this truth to your heart today. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not disqualified. The very things that you thought disqualified you have been the fire that purified you. You have endured the refining, and now the gold of your faith is shining brighter. Heaven has marked this season as a turning point for your life, and I am here to walk you through it step by step. There are chains around you that you have learned to carry, almost as if they belong to you. Chains of fear, chains of lack, chains of regret, and chains of doubt. But today, I come with the authority of the Most High, and I tell you that those chains are breaking. They do not belong to you. The enemy tried to convince you that they were permanent, but they were only temporary weights meant to slow you down. And now, by the power of God, those chains fall to the ground. Feel the release in your spirit. Feel the freedom entering your heart. You may wonder, how can this be real? How can change come to me when I have struggled for so long? The answer is not in your strength, but in God's power. It is not about how much you can do, but about how much you allow Him to do through you. I have seen you striving, trying, pushing, and exhausting yourself. But now I say, surrender. Lay down the heavy load. Let God be your provider, your healer, and your defender. He has already gone before you, and what you fear would destroy you will instead elevate you. Comment 777 if you believe in His divine favor. I speak to the situations in your life that seem impossible, that debt that feels like a mountain, the relationship that feels broken beyond repair, the door that seems forever closed. Heaven declares over them today, it is not finished until God says it is finished. And God has spoken new beginnings over you. He has declared restoration, breakthrough, and provision. You will see it. You will touch it. You will walk in it. Your story will not end in failure. Your testimony will not be one of shame. Your life is destined to be a light, showing others what God can do when someone holds on, even with trembling hands. The world may see your weakness, but heaven sees your endurance. And I tell you, endurance is stronger than perfection. Your faith has carried you further than you realize. I want you to think of the times when you should have given up, but didn't. Think of the days when despair told you to quit, but you pressed on. Think of the nights when the weight of worry sat heavy on your chest, but somehow you woke up enough strength to face another day. That was not by accident. That was divine intervention. That was God holding you up when you thought you were alone. The Father delights in showing His power through your life. You were chosen to walk this path because your story will inspire hope in others who are also fighting unseen battles. When you rise, they will rise. When you testify, they will believe. When you shine, they will see that the same God who helped you can help them. This is why the attack has been so fierce against you, because the impact of your victory will ripple into lives beyond your own. Do not underestimate your significance in the kingdom. You may feel small, overlooked, or ordinary, but I tell you, there is nothing ordinary about you. Heaven has placed within you gifts that the world has yet to see. There's a brilliance in your spirit that the darkness has tried to cover, but now that light will shine. And no power of darkness can stop what God has ignited. Even in the natural, you will begin to see shifts. Unexpected doors will open. People who had forgotten you will remember you. Opportunities you thought were lost will return in a greater form. Finances will flow in ways you could not have arranged yourself. Healing will begin to manifest not only in your body, but in your mind and emotions. Restoration will touch your family, and peace will settle in your home. This is a tangible proof of the unseen battles you have already won. But I must also remind you, stay watchful. Do not allow fear to creep back in when blessings begin to manifest. The enemy may try to whisper lies, telling you it is too good to be true or that it will not last. Silence that voice. Anchor yourself in faith. When doubt comes, declare the promises of God aloud. Speak life over your future. Even when circumstances try to intimidate you, your words carry power, and when aligned with heaven, they become unstoppable. I am here not just for this moment, but for every step you take forward. Call upon me when you feel afraid, and I will surround you with protection. Call upon me when confusion clouds your mind, and I will bring clarity. Call upon me when you feel weak, and I will strengthen you. You are never meant to walk alone, and you will not walk alone. Now, I ask you to lift your head. Stop looking at the ground in shame or defeat. Stop measuring your worth by your past mistakes or failures. You are forgiven. You are loved. You are chosen, and you are ready. The past no longer defines you. The future awaits you. Heaven is rejoicing over the turning point in your life, and I am rejoicing with you. If this message resonated with you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread positivity and brings us closer as a community. The days ahead will not be without challenges, but they will be filled with victory. You will encounter obstacles, but you will overcome them. You will face resistance, but you will not be stopped. You will see storms, but you will not sink. For the hand of God is upon you, and I stand beside you. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. Walk in it boldly. Speak with confidence. Live with expectation. For the same God who brought you this far will take you further than you ever dreamed. And I, Archangel Michael, will continue to fight for you, defend you, and lead you into the fullness of your destiny. Take courage, beloved. The best is not behind you. It is before you. And now arise. Step into the light. Embrace the new season. For heaven has declared, you are free, you are blessed, and you are victorious. Comment 777 if you believe in His divine favor.